how I get my own... Hi there. Hi. I love how I get my own notification that I'm going live on my email. There we go. We'll do this one. Hello. Hi. Hi. I think this is like my second YouTube live ever, and like the first one where I'm actually like gonna do a little bit of cooking on it. But it's nothing special. I'm just making soup. Happy is it? Wait, hold on. What's the date? Oh, well, happy 4th weekend, everybody. Why wouldn't I want to know that I'm live? I am live. Let's see. Okay, I still need to put light fixtures up in this place. Okay, that one's not so bad. All right, cool. Am I gonna collab with Pepper Pig? That would be sad. I'm drinking just sparkling water. Some people call it angry water. I like it. You have a great 4th of July weekend too. What kind of soup? Well, I have some chicken and some vegetables. So I'm just gonna make a chicken and vegetable soup. Yes, it is. This is one half of a house that I have been working on for 3.5 years now. And it's a duplex. And so this is the side that I will be renting out, and then the side that I'll be living in will be next door. But unfortunately, that side is not anywhere near done. And so we're living here right now. But you can see, Mochi's here. This is Mochi. This is my dog. She's ready to be a helper. That's Hugo. He doesn't really care whether you live or die, but that's okay. Hugo is 11 years old, and Mochi is 5. Construction is rough, so you can't be mad about it. It's hard for everybody, so yeah. Drop the workout routine. No cats? I'm allergic to cats. I love cats. I love their outlook on life. I love their like, I hate you, now feed me attitude. I highly respect that about cats, where it's like, yes, I'm not your pet. You're my servant. Like that's big cat energy. All right, so yeah, we're gonna make soup. Let me go and let me just grab everything I need. Got chicken. I don't really have a recipe going into this. I think it is on purpose that I'm just taking some shit out of my fridge. I think it is a skill that more people need to have. So what I've got is like, I've got some chicken here, I've got some shiitake mushrooms, some carrots, tomatoes, spinach. This looks like a lot of spinach, but if you've ever worked with spinach, that will turn into like one leaf as soon as it gets hot. Some cabbage, and like, I've got some garlic here. We're gonna use this too. We'll use garlic. And we've got like some kimchi. This is my friend made some kimchi here. We'll probably use that. And if we use kimchi, this will probably end up being some kind of like kimchi jjigae. I've got doenjang as well. I don't have a lot of stuff in this kitchen. As you can see, my fridge is pretty sparse. I have more stuff. Oh, we've got good doenjang here. This will be very Korean inspired. Yeah, so because I'm not in my studio, it's only like my partner dictates what kind of food we get. It's really okay. I won't be Giga time. I love that. I have to get used to profile. Because I'm used to going live on like TikTok, and yeah, so it's telling me like orientation is locked, rotate the device back. So yeah, there we go. Let's get jjigae with it. Y'all have been here before. We do have some spices. It's pretty minimal, but I think we've got enough to work with. I think we will. Got some, what's that? Kashmiri chutney. Oh, thank you. It makes me happy that people actually enjoy watching. Well, some people enjoy watching my videos. Some people watch my videos and get mad. But that makes me happy too. Got curry, we got Jamaican curry powder, we got black pepper. Oh, we got shaoxang wine. K-cup minus, I don't think that will taste very good. Soy sauce. We'll do soy sauce for salt. Doenjang for salt. Ooh. I'm gonna snack on these though. You had these before? These are these are addictive. You enjoy when people get mad from my videos? Yeah, my political ones. How thick is the soup? It's gonna be a stew. It's gonna be a stew. Is this the new digs? It is not the new digs, but it is part of the new digs. I got these from Costco. Okay. We gotta start cooking. So, we're gonna do one pot because I only have one pot in this house. All my other stuff is like not here. I don't. Do people do horizontal or vertical lives on YouTube more? Because I feel like it's easier to like do it vertically. Horizontal. It is horizontal. YouTube really be about that letterbox life. That's okay. Horizontal, I feel like focuses more on the area, while like vertical focuses more on the person. We're still figuring out what's the best way to cook in like to present here. This is the first time I've ever done a live in this kitchen too. So we're figuring this out here. Let's see. How does this work? So my tripod's really tall for this house. There we go. How's that? You can see like the inside of my cabinet. Maybe I should have planned this a little better. What if I put it in the sink? Here, hold on. I'm a lot more organized with my videos because I generally won't know what I'm doing in my studio, but in here, I like have no idea. How many kitchens are in this dig? There are two. There are two houses in this building. It's a duplex, so, and I'm fixing both of them up. There, that's good. How do you get borscht kind of thick? Like my Shanghaiese parents use cornstarch. Yeah, go with that. We're Chinese, we always use cornstarch. All right, we're gonna just slice up some tomatoes. I've got one mixing bowl here. Oof, that's not okay. I just brought this knife traveling with me. I don't know if you guys follow Drag Race or not, but I was at my friend Kim's house, Kimchi, and you know, we just hung out. I cooked. It's like one of my best friends. But this thing got a little banged up on the traveling, so just give it a little honing and sharpen. There we go. It doesn't sharpen it. This just like straightens out the edge. There we go. All right. So better. So yeah, I again don't really have a thought process for what I'm going to do for soup. We are just beginning. Like I just sliced some tomatoes, and I figure like the tomatoes are good because they add like if you mix tomatoes with salt, because I don't have MSG here, and MSG is always good in soup. But if you mix tomatoes with salt, you get MSG. So I have tomatoes, we'll put some salt on it, we'll stick this in the oven for a little bit, let it roast and concentrate in flavor, and then we'll add it to the soup later. Little tray. What's MSG? MSG is monosodium glutamate. It is something that your body produces on its own, and it tastes really good. It's what makes mushrooms taste savory. It's what makes beef and steak taste amazing. There's tons of it in soy sauce and Parmesan and seaweed. In fact, the original MSG was just like an extract from seaweed. So we'll just put this. That's a pretty good Okay, so you working? Okay. Garlic. Don't judge me. There was peeled garlic in this house, so I'm gonna use it. We normally don't have peeled garlic in this house, but I was on vacation. Well, I was in LA for VidCon. And so I wasn't here to stop anybody. Hello. I mean, peeling garlic, if you know like the couple of tricks to do it, it's not that hard, well, it's not hard. Peeling garlic is not hard. It doesn't take that long, I should say. But this is here. I would rather not waste anything. Do I work as a chef? I used to. I used to have my own restaurant, kind of. I used to have my own secret kitchen. So a secret kitchen, or at least my secret kitchen, was a 16-person table, dining table, and kitchen space, along with a adjoining art gallery that was inside my apartment. And every week I would have people come over for dinner, do tasting menus. I would serve brunch by myself on Fridays out of there. Or Saturdays, I should say, out of there. Yeah, and I did it for 6 years. And then the pandemic hit and I was like, well, I'm not gonna run an illegal restaurant during a pandemic. So I stopped. And then I started making TikToks. And that turned into making YouTube. So that's how everything happened. But I was doing pretty well in Detroit at the time. I was building a restaurant downstairs, like a real legitimate dumpling house. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are always good. What is my favorite brunch dish? I would make rice bowls all the time. And people really like them, but they would be like chorizo and kimchi rice bowls. Although my chicken and waffles are pretty damn good. For years and years and years, I would make chicken and waffles with like Hong Kong style egg waffles, and then the chicken was karaage. Ever plan on officially opening? Am I in Detroit now? I am in Detroit now, and I will open my place. I just am taking my time at this point because you guys are funny. I'm taking my time with it because between the content and writing my book and keeping my channel maintained, I'm doing this all by myself right now. I've got some people making like thumbnails and stuff for me, but I do all my shooting, filming, editing, and cooking by myself. So that's a lot. And I don't have enough time to build a restaurant and run a restaurant at the same time. If I had a restaurant, you would run it. Oh, hell yeah. A book? Yeah, I've been working on a book for the past year, and I'm actually working on the recipes for the last chapter now. And it won't be long now before I submit it to my editor, and they will send it back and tell me that it's absolutely horrible and I need to start all over again. That's at least how I'm playing it out in my head, so that it's only good news if it's not bad news. But I already sold the book, so there we go. Can you get a signed copy? Hello. Yeah, of course. They're gonna make me do a book tour, and I'm hoping to hit a whole bunch of major cities so I can actually like meet a bunch of you guys. So there'll be obviously like New York will be a stop. I would love like somewhere in the South, like Atlanta. Atlanta would be a great stop. I would do like New York, Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, and then maybe Austin as like the middle-ish. And then San Francisco and Los Angeles. Oh, although Louisiana, yeah, New Orleans, I would fight to add New Orleans to the list, because New Orleans and Detroit, I feel like, are so spiritually similar and connected. The first time and the only time I ever went to New Orleans, like, the vibe was just so unique in the way that was like, I'd never felt a vibe like that apart from when I was in Detroit. So I was like, oh, y'all are sisters for sure. Okay, so we got some garlic, minced garlic, some chopped, let's do some carrots. My dogs were waiting for this particular moment. Take a break. I know we just started, but oops, sorry, Hugo. It's over there. Oh God, you're so old. Here, right here. There you go. They love carrots, but you can't have very many of them, because if you eat too many carrots, you barf. So that's all you can have. He can have all the carrots he wants because he doesn't barf. What? Don't you sass me. Don't you sass me. Okay, I'll give you a little bit. Just a tiny piece. Okay? Speak. No. No, hey. Speak. There you go. Good boy. Here. You can have the rest of it. How do I wash my sheet pans? By hand. Just like scrub them. I don't like soft carrots in soup, so I'll probably like add these later. And that's why I like cutting carrots bigger, so they don't get too soft. Mushy carrots, even if it's in soup, is just like, ugh. I don't like it. All right, so is the spinach clean? Adult spinach is so weird to me because they taste like they've been like put in salt water. Oh no, they're not clean. They need to be rinsed. That's fine. Let's put this away. And now we will do the cabbage. Is that my only mixing bowl in this house? Yes. Looks like that is my only mixing bowl. No. I mean, if I started cooking some of this stuff, I would free up some room on my cutting board. I think I'll do that. All right, so unfortunately for this side, the other side of the kitchen, are you still here? I can't see the comments for some reason. Oh well. Yeah, I can't. Oh, have people been sending me money? Yo, thank you so much. I did not know that was even a thing. Hi. So, I wish there was a way that I could, like, see it. Super chat? Can I see them? Nope. Alright, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a fucking old person, like, trying to, like, how does this work, you guys? Alright. We'll keep going. I, for some reason, cannot see any comments anymore. Maybe I'll have just stopped talking. I don't know. See, now I can see it. Click on the live chat. There we go. Much better. Boomer moment. No, but for real, like, what the hell was the... There. Oh, I have to actually touch the screen. A laptop could be easier. Yeah, I am doing it on my phone. So, yeah. To anyone who sent me a super chat, thank you. I do appreciate you so much. Money, by the way, is never necessary. You don't have to send me cash. I would much rather you do stuff like buy a book that comes out. But as far as I'm concerned, like content and live streams and stuff like that, like from me to you, no, it's free. That's free. But buy my book. A laptop would be way easier to see and operate on. Yes, that is true, but unfortunately my hands get really messy or dirty. So I don't like to have my laptop because my laptop is my entire world when it comes to content stuff. All right. Olive oil? No. Butter? Butter or olive oil? Butter or olive oil? So, if you go to the link in my bio, olive oil. Okay, olive oil. Some first comment said olive oil. We'll do olive oil. So if you go to the link in my bio, there is at the bottom a playlist on Apple Music, but because it's on the link in my bio, you can play it whether you have Apple Music or not. This is a playlist that I reserve for like my live streams. It's pretty much lo-fi remixes, lo-fi hip hop remixes of like video game music and pop culture music. It's called Pop Culture Lo-Fi. If you have Apple Music, you can follow me, Chef John Kung on Apple, and then just listen to it. But yeah. I have peanut oil, actually I have tea seed oil at home, at the studio, but we are just, we're dealing with what we got. So we're just gonna do just a little bit of olive oil in the pot. And then in here, we are going to sauté. We will put the carrots in here. Mochi, you are whole ass in my way. Like, I need to get in front of the stove, girl. Here. Move off to the side. I love you, but move. Why do I keep pulling up my shirt? Do I? I don't even notice it. I don't even notice I'm doing that. It's funny. So, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of mushrooms, letting all of these just fry up a little bit in there while I make room for other things on the cutting board. Some salt. Spinach in here and rinse it off in the bowl. It gets all the dirt and grit off. How do you go about putting together tasting menus? What's my process? How do you arc from first to last course? I like to model my tasting menus after films. I was known in Detroit for making tasting menus based off of Hayao Miyazaki films. And my arc for the menu would follow characters. They would be like, dishes would be character studies. They would be plot points, but still following the format of like courses followed by mains, like appetizer, tastes followed by mains, and then ending with something sweet, but still following the arc of the movie. So those were kind of like what I would do. Which is funny because like my Spirited Away dinner, and this is how old it was. My Spirited Away dinner, like, got a little bit viral on Facebook, and that's how like people started. Like, I was in Detroit doing this quite a long time ago now, and people would travel from like Toronto, Montreal, Chicago to come to these dinners, and it was crazy because I could only sit like 16 people at a time. But I would do it like for like a month per movie. Oh, this is smelling good. This is smelling good, and once it smells a little better, we'll add a little bit of doenjang to it, and then I will add in just straight up chicken. I'm gonna add, and then I'll add the chicken thighs right in. And then we'll let the chicken fry along with some black pepper and Jamaican curry powder. There we go. When you cook with any kind of curry, most curry powders, I want to say like 90% of the curry powders, you gotta fry the curry powder first. Otherwise, it's gonna taste of like raw spice. It's not a good taste. So fry up the curry powder first, and then it will like smell it will smell proper. But this is smelling really nice. So it's got like the curry smell, it's got some smells of like the fermented beans from the doenjang, mushrooms, garlic. And now, I'm just gonna straight up put in Would I come to Montreal during my book tour? I think, well, I don't know if like Canada or is allowed stock, because I don't know if the book will be for sale in Canada just yet. I don't see why not, but you know, they'd have to like do changes and stuff like that, like change to metric and whatnot. Hopefully somebody will do that for me. I should be able to, because I'm also Canadian, so I'm a dual citizen. I've got my American and Canadian citizenship. I actually used to live in Toronto when I was like 13 to 16 years old. What's my book called? It doesn't have a title yet. It won't be out for another year, because it takes 2 years. It takes 2 years to do a good cookbook. Just make title. I would just call it book, but Whoopi Goldberg already did that a long time ago. Her autobiography is just called book. All right. So, there we go. So, we're gonna mix in the chicken, let the chicken simmer, well not simmer, but let the chicken mix in with the spices. You can see, like, immediately after putting it in there, the chicken starts to get golden because it mixes in with the curry. There we go. Now we're going to kind of flatten them out on the bottom here. So I just want a little bit of char on each piece of chicken before I like add in the liquid for the soup, and it'll just turn all of this into broth. Oh man, that smells good. And in the meantime, I will finish prepping my vegetables. Call it cooking with mochi. I can do that. Where did she go? Oh, straight up gave up on me. Live feed to brainstorm my title. I'd be down for that. This is an interesting cabbage. There we go. Do you guys want a cabbage leaf? You can have a cabbage leaf. Are you gonna eat it, or are you gonna tear it up? If you tear it up, let's see. Are you gonna eat it? Okay. Are you gonna eat it? You're gonna tear it up. No, Hugo, actually eat the food. What? Oh, all right. Thank you. Why do you like my voiceovers? Okay, I think the spinach has finally. Yes, the spinach is clean. We'll let it do one more soak though.
Okay, so let me show you. So there's a fond developing at the bottom of the pot right now. That is the, it's not burnt, but it's the like sticky bit, or I guess it's sticky bit. The crusting part from cooking like meat and stuff at the bottom of the pot. And so after it starts to form, we're gonna want to add water to this, and then that will like turn into almost like a bouillon for the soup. And then we'll bring it to a boil really, really quick, and then we're just gonna turn it down and let this simmer so it doesn't overcook the chicken. And then these are the vegetables we're gonna add: spinach, carrots, and cabbage, because that's all I found. Oh, and the tomatoes. How we doing? Not yet. This is a lot of soup. I tend to make a lot of food. My favorite Studio Ghibli movie? Oh, that's hard. I like Howl's Moving Castle. I like Porco Rosso, Princess Mononoke. I'm just listing off Ghibli movies, but like, yeah. Is this my new kitchen? No, it's not. This is temporary. My new kitchen will be done someday. You will see it and you will know. You will see it and you will definitely know. So what have we done so far? So what we did was I minced some garlic as well as some shiitake mushrooms, and I used some olive oil and put it in the bottom of the pot, and I kind of like fried them up and down there. To that I added Korean doenjang, which is kind of like, it's a fermented soybean, kind of like miso but without any koji, and as well as Jamaican curry powder. It says hot, it is not spicy at all. It's weird, right? This says hot Jamaican curry powder, and Jamaicans know what spicy is. They use Scotch bonnets in a bunch of their food, and that's a spicy pepper. So why they would say this is hot when it's not, I don't know. And black pepper. And then after that, fry that up in with some oil, and then I added a whole bunch of chicken, which is like now kind of like sizzling and browning down in there. We are at the point, I'm gonna deglaze now with some shaoxang wine. Nice recommendations. My go-to travel knife is this Miyabi. It is I think this is like, is this a 12-inch? I think it's a 12-inch Miyabi. I'm in Detroit. How did I fund my illegal restaurant? So, my illegal restaurant, so I used to work, okay, I did a whole bunch of stuff. I used to do pop-ups first. I did pop-ups first in random places in Detroit. And then I used to work for, and then I did pop-ups for other chefs around Detroit. While their restaurants were being built, they did a lot of pop-ups, so I worked for those. And then I worked for another person's illegal restaurant that was behind a letterpress in the farmers market district called Salt and Cedar. And I was with them for like a year and a half. And then they shut down and moved out of town, and I decided I wanted to keep going. And so I took what money that I made from pop-ups and stuff like that and put it into like just a little tiny space that we made like really pretty, and people kept coming. And it was like, I mean, I wasn't rich. We were barely getting by, but at the same time, we were eating really well. So, and then the pandemic happened, And then my life changed. The pandemic happened and it changed my life because I decided to cook. I didn't decide to cook. I was made to cook for the internet instead of people. I miss cooking for people though. It'll happen again. I just need a space to do it, which I'm still building. But I want to like ramp up my content production first because I feel like I have a lot more to share. Do I still do private dinner? Not yet, but I'll do it again. The health department. Well, here's the thing. Like, I have friends. Well, I don't know if they're still there. I'm gonna actually saute the spinach in and reduce it all down with the chicken before adding in the water for the soup. Because that will just make my life easier to do it this way. Because this will all turn into like one leaf. So, I had friends in the city. I was kind of like, the people who, how do I put this? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm just gonna put it that way. I'll be fine. Like, I did, yes, the restaurant was secret and illegal and stuff, but like everybody was, for example, like Serve Safe certified, and everything was like by the book. I ran a really clean kitchen. It just wasn't official. And of course the stove that I was using was like a nasty electric stove from the 1970s. But apart from that, apart from the stove, everything was fine. What is that? What greens am I cooking? Spinach. I am just reducing the spinach in before adding water and turning this into a stew. So right now, if you're just joining us, this is chicken and mushrooms and garlic and Jamaican curry powder and doenjang, which is a Korean bean paste. Delicious. Salt and pepper. And Chinese cooking wine. This looks good enough to eat without the soup part. Like, I would just serve this. Like, I would eat this over rice. But I'm committing, because I already cut up the other vegetables that are going in this. I'm also going to add the tomatoes now. Favorite childhood meal? Always dumplings. We could put some dumplings in here too. I'm going to need a bigger pot. No, it'll be fine. It'll all reduce. I am really bad at that though. And I can't use a bigger pot. I don't have one. This is the biggest pot I have in here. In this kitchen anyway. Alright, tomatoes. So the tomatoes have reduced. So here's the thing. If you can't get in-season tomatoes, you can stick some tomatoes in the oven with a little bit of salt and they'll taste very nice. Of course you can't need fresh tomatoes for it. This is a good recipe. This will help with any kind of recipe that calls for tomatoes. And like, you say you're like stuck in Michigan and you don't have access to great tomatoes year round like they do in California. In California, tomato season's like 10 months out of the year. In Michigan, tomato season is like 10 minutes. Do I garden? I don't. But I do enjoy gardening. I don't have a garden, but I do enjoy it. I also have like really bad ADHD, so I tend to like start this great garden, and then my cilantro will overgrow and I won't take care of it. The basil will get too big, flower, and then die off. Like, I already know myself too well, to the point where like I know like I don't need to garden. See, the great thing about doing this slowly and building it, like all of the water from the spinach and from the tomatoes, like I didn't add any water to this yet, and it's already like almost half full of the water from the vegetables. So if you slowly build the stew this way, like we'll still add water and stuff to it, but this is all like flavored water, which is amazing. Next we'll put in the cabbage. Flavored water. I guess that would be like juice. Favorite frozen dumplings? Wei Chun brand. I'll show you after I get the cabbage brown in here. I'm in a different kitchen right now. So I don't know if any of you like are TikTok holdovers, but I actually used to tour this house when it was just studs. Like, you could see literally right through to the other side of the building because there were no walls or anything. Alright, I will probably have to add water to this. I will definitely have to add water to this because there's not much water in cabbage as opposed to like compared to spinach. But there will be enough to just like, with a little bit of patience, they will soften and still release some. What's your favorite thing to cook? Thank you for everybody that's like updating as we go. Oops. I said oops. I didn't oops on the floor, guys. Anytime I say oops, they anytime I say oops, they come running. All right, it's ready for water. So, let's get some. Thank you, Antero. Appreciate you. That was so nice of you. Always appreciated, but as I said before, never expected or required. We can just chill. But I do appreciate it, for sure. Alex sent $10. Alex, thank you so much. And thank you for letting me know because I really need to, maybe I should start doing it on my iPad. But really appreciate you, Alex. And Antero. And some more cabbage. Look at him. He like just like fucks right off. On the new carpet. Did you, Hugo? Eat on the floor. I can mop the floor. God damn it. Come here, buddy. Here. Stay. You're gonna enjoy that here. You're gonna eat with your family. Stay. Good boy. Eat with us. Okay? We're not gonna take your food. That was for you. Hey, no, eat here. You know, the good people at Ruggable gave us that out of the good kindness of their hearts and for an Instagram story post. And you're just eating there. You're just all right. My tank top looks at it. It kind of does look like an apron. I don't have any aprons here. I should have. All right, so this is our stew. This is the stew situation. Chicken. What did I put in here? Chicken, mushrooms, garlic, spices. Spinach, cabbage, tomatoes, salted tomatoes. And then we'll put carrots in at around like the 30-minute mark. This is kind of like meal prepping because there's no one else in the house right now. Let's taste it, see how it is so far though. Whoa. Oh, that's really good. Oh my God. I didn't even, chicken thighs. But, wow. I did not expect it to be that good. Yeah, that's really tasty. I didn't even put a lot of salt in this yet. But of course I put doenjang in here and that's got a lot of salt. But still, that's very nice. And that's only gonna taste better as it cooks. So. We'll let that chill out. And the potatoes do slap in soup. I do like potatoes in soup. Actually, let's try. Okay, so I got sent some amaro from. You done? You good? Did you enjoy that? Hugo's like, food tastes better when it's on new carpet. You guys are gonna get a fart. You're gonna get the farts. You get a tiny piece. There. All right. What was I gonna do? Oh, that's right. We were gonna try this amaro together. So. Oh. Alexander. Why am I so? Thank you. I couldn't tell you why, but I'm glad you think I am. And thank you for the $5. So let's see. This is so amaro is like a liqueur that's usually made in like Italy, I think, but this stuff is made in the United States. I haven't tried it yet. What's my take on Hmong food? I had some in Minneapolis, and I thought it was great. It was very tasty. There we go. Do I always cook in a baseball cap? It's my habit to. I don't sometimes. Ooh. Oh my, that is nice. How old is my doggo? Oh, that's delicious. Holy shit, that's really good. Big one. Hi, Mochi. Say hello. Hi. Good morning. Hello. The one wagging her tail, she's 6. Hugo is 12, I think. 11 or 12 at this point. So this is like the rental side of the duplex. We got a whole bunch of like lights and stuff over here. We're temporarily living in here, but do you guys want to see like the real place? Do you guys want to see like where the videos will be shot at for real? Because it's right next door. And I can show you here. Let's make sure this guy isn't boiling over though. I love my pig handle. Like this guy, we're good. We're fine. Yeah, let's go. We have to go through a murder basement. You guys stay here. Actually, no, you come with me. It's scary here at night. Say hello to the demons that live down here, everybody. Ooh. Hello. Okay. You guys coming? So this is where, oops, no, there we go. So this is gonna be the kitchen for the studio. Like the real kitchen studio where all my YouTubes will be filmed from now on. It's done. Don't mind the clock. We found the clock. You'll see what I mean. But yeah, we found this clock and we were like, we're gonna keep this clock. But the clock won't be in the kitchen. But this is the studio kitchen. So this whole thing is gonna be the kitchen. There is an island that I designed right over there. The kitchen island here is a repurposed antique tool chest. This will be the new spice library. All of these cabinets will have like mason jars of spices in there. My equipment will be down here on this side. Even though it's on wheels, it plugs into the floor. We put plugs in the floor so I could like plug it into the floor and put like power handheld appliances and stuff. Yeah. And so sink will be, oops, sorry. Sink will be here, dishwasher. These two things are the oven. The hood will be up there. And everything on this side will be induction. There will be no gas on this side of the house, and we will barely use gas on the other side either. But you see, like, I upgraded all the plugs here so I could use high-powered induction things. And even the hood will extend to here, so I can put like an induction wok burner or like a deep fryer, and it'll still be under the hood. It's like kind of like in every space. The refrigerator is enormous. Sandra, you know, like I could go in. I could fit in this refrigerator. Yeah. And even the oven is 100% electric. So this one has an induction hob on there. This has a warming oven, and these have hot plates, like high power hot plates. And we're putting solar panels on the roof. So yeah. It'll all be solar powered, at least. It'll all be powered off the grid, not off the grid, but like mostly powered by the sun. I want to say like 7 months out of the year. And then we're doing a pilot program with DTE, which is our local power company. We actually get all our power from wind and solar from the electric companies right now. So essentially we're fossil fuel free in this house. On this side, these are the fans that are gonna be put in. One over here, one over there. There will be 2 exhaust fans. So yeah, that's the kitchen. Oh, and I designed this element too. You see there are like 2 swinging doors here. So the doors open either way. It's push either way. Makes it easy to come into the dining room to serve people. And they open really easily in or out. So the secondary purpose for this is I can have all of this open and I can have like my panel lighting from either side without being, so I can like professionally studio light the kitchen without them getting in the way of all the cooking and the food. And then the hole over here will be covered and it will open up, and actually the camera will be on the other side. So it'll still be easy to film and we won't be in the kitchen in the way. So yeah. This is just some of my ideas. Where'd my dogs go? Oh boy. Mochi! Hugo! Otherwise though, terrifying at night by myself. Mochi! Hugo! Oh, they fucked off. They fucked right off. You guys, oh, they smell the food. What the hell? Why'd you just leave me? Left me in the murder basement by myself. From New York, hello. All right, we've got some poaching in here. Let's see how this is. Hold on. There we go. Oh my god, it's so good. You guys. This is like what my favorite thing about like not cooking with a recipe. Like my favorite part about not cooking with a recipe is just like it's such a nice surprise. Sometimes when food is just like super good. It does need like just the touchiest touches of salt to like meld it all together. This is diamond crystal salt. It's very mild. Highly recommend everybody cook with it. It's what all your favorite chefs cook with, most likely. I was gonna put chicken powder in this, but I don't think it needs it. Hi. Ugh. Lying down on the floor is really good for your back. What are you doing? The Russian soup that I made once. Oh, the borscht. I wish you guys could have a bowl too. I wish you guys could try this out. Book title, Surprisingly Good Recipes That I Kind of Just Made Up. Is it because I'm salty? Why are you licking me? Okay, that's enough. Hey, chill. It's okay. We love you. This is Mochi. This is Hugo. But I think, unfortunately, the soup is gonna take a lot longer to cook. Maybe like 20 minutes. And I've got nothing to do for 20 minutes, so I'm going to, wait, where's my drink? Did I forget my Amaro over there? There it is. All right. You know, I think when my studio is fully built out, not that one, but the one in Eastern Market, like I would love to do lives in Detroit in my workspace at a place that's not my home and be like, okay, now that the live is over, I made a whole bunch of this food. If any of you guys are like around in Detroit, this is where the studio is since it was open to the public anyway. And like just bring a bowl and you can eat it with us. What are you, dude? I'm just gonna, hold on. Harassment promotes terrorism. I'm just looking for spam. It's just spam. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for reporting him. It took me forever. You're from Argentina. I love you too. Argentina is so beautiful. I've been there before. Is it normal just to have a Fat Live Works experience in Michigan? We definitely have a lot more space. We have a lot more space, and I have been here a long time and doing this for a long time, so. I'm sipping on Amaro. American-made Amaro. It is the Final Fantasy soundtrack. I feel like with the name Keep It Classical, you would know. What's the second studio for? So the second studio will be like a public area. Place for pop-ups and dinners and stuff. I hope to build that out next year. And that way invite a whole bunch of like creators and stuff to make not just content together, but to like host dinners together. H. Wu doesn't have a choice. He's definitely coming. This plant, this is a Pilia or Plelia. I don't know. My boyfriend calls him Osmosis Jones though, which I think is fitting. Be careful with them. Oh yeah, I don't think I'll get copywritten because I like am constantly talking, right? And it's not really about the music. The music is just like there. So yeah. Have I ever had Brazilian food? I cook Brazilian food all the time. I've got feijoada frozen in my freezer right now. So my mom's side of the family, a quarter of them live in Brazil. And yeah, that's really it. There's no and. But a quarter of them are from Brazil, and so they taught me how to make a whole bunch of food. A feijoada and pães de queijo was the first things that I ever learned how to like make by myself. Like that was the first recipe. As well as a Brazilian, I think it's a Brazilian and Taiwanese oxtail stew. Ooh. It's ready. I'm just gonna eat it now because it's so good. Like, if I let it go longer, like the chicken will just break down into little pieces, but like the broth itself right now is like perfect. So I'm just gonna have it with vegetable. I don't care if it's a hot ass day. It is a very hot summer day. We'll just let this go. Oops. Okay. The lights are a little excessive here. There we go. My desk is a mess. I don't know if you guys are friends or like know the Korean vegan, but that's her and I at VidCon, at the TikTok VidCon after party. This is probably one of my favorite photos, just period. There we go. What was my profession before I became a chef? I was actually kind of like always a cook, I guess. People aren't just chefs. People have to work their way up to being chefs. So I was definitely a cook first. And let's turn the music down a little bit. Oh, let me get some put ice on my Amaro and enjoy that cold. Oh, shit, sorry. Hi, chef, your talks through all the vids helped me realize the real me. Oh, man. Dude, that is amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's really touching. You're not the first person that told me that exact story, and I appreciate every person who I don't know, is inspired by my content in that way. I hope that everybody is able to live their truth and express themselves fully and honestly. Yeah. And if my content has helped you do that, I mean, I feel like I'm doing my job. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. I dropped ice. Do you want ice? You don't need ice. Mochi, here. No. You don't eat ice. You just don't want her to have ice. There she goes. She likes ice. What is my favorite thing to cook? I like making dumplings. I like cooking dumplings. That is the photo that YouTube decided to announce my live in. That's not very flattering at all. Hugo is funny. He's like a cranky old man. My exercise routine, 6 days a week. In the winter I just lift weights 6 days a week. In the summertime, I alternate. I already came out as pan non-binary before finding your content, but seeing such a successful and amazing creator be openly true to himself is really helpful on days where I'm not feeling myself. We all have days like that, and it's hard. It's rough. But I also take solace in other creators, people I admire, like Joanne, the Korean vegan. I just find people like that to be so inspiring. Most of the issues I have deal with creative ruts and stuff, and I find my friends to be really inspiring. What are my other hobbies? Being a full-time content creator and cook, you don't really have much time. You don't really have much time to do stuff, especially since I work out too. Do I have any tattoos? I do not. This was a temporary tattoo that's fading off, but yeah. Mochi, see? That's what happens. You barfed. You barfed on the new carpet. You keep one? Okay, that's fine. Don't worry. Don't feel bad. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get some vinegar. They'll come right off. Pit bulls. I don't know why pit bulls are the scariest dog. They all have the weakest tummies. They all have the most sensitive little tummies. I used to have a black lab. She was a garbage disposal of a dog. Okay. Put some vinegar on that. What does that mean? So pit bulls always have pit bulls tend to have really sensitive stomachs, and sometimes my dog barfs when she gets excited. So yeah, we always have to watch out for her. But then I also used to have a black lab named Fable. She passed away last summer. She was 22 or 23. There you go. You didn't even... Where did you go? Don't feel bad. You didn't stain. Or maybe you did a little bit. It's fine. But yeah, she could eat anything, and she did. Yeah, 23. It was nuts. Okay. See? I could barely see the stain. Don't feel bad. She feels bad. She feels so guilty. That shit. Yeah. I don't see many more. Are we out of paper towels? Mochi, where are the paper towels? Oh, they're over here. But yeah, actually, one of my friends, another creator from TikTok named Mr. Anderson X, he one of the pre-order presents, I guess, Alex's donation message. I did not see it, sorry. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I have to scroll back. Alex, what other YouTube content do you watch other than food? Also, do you ever set up a Patreon? Please make more doggo content. A bonus. So yeah, here's the plan with that, Alex and everybody. First of all, other creators that I watch Hank Green because he is everybody's uncle, even though he's not that much older than me, but he's still Uncle Hank. So, and I also watch Marquez Brown. I love YouTube tech videos, and I just love the effort and the production of Marquez's work, and I think he's just badass and amazing. Other people that I watch, obviously Korean Vegan, H Woo, they're starting to ramp up their They're starting to ramp up their YouTubes. Max the Meat Guy, he is fantastic. He actually used to live in Hong Kong for a while. And anyways, Patreon. So here's the plan that I want to have. Once it comes time for me to actually set up some kind of subscription or stuff, I don't want, oh man. Hold on, let me just report this thing real quick. Commenters ban, there we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah. The subscription stuff. So for the subscription stuff, I want to, before I set up anything, first of all, I want to be able to do something sustainably. And by sustainably, I mean do a full year's worth of special content without falling off in any kind of way. And for me to do that, I first of all need to finish this fucking book. And then I need to take on a film and editing team because I want to do a lot of stuff. So some ideas for premium content besides obviously doggo content, so much doggo content, would be stuff like recipe only videos. That's one idea that I have where it's I have a lot of stories, I do a lot of talking in my videos and stuff, but then I want to have versions of those videos where it's just okay, let's just cook this together. So you can just focus on the recipe if you want to and just make the recipe without having to wait or skipping ahead or stuff like that. So kind of like cook along recipes that are like really easy, like videos based on that. That would be something that I would consider to be like good premium content. That's not just like behind the scenes stuff is cool. Does Babish do it? Babish is, I need to watch him more because he is the blueprint of all of this. Like he got started before all of us, but like, to be quite honest, like if you're not somebody I know personally, I have a hard time watching the content because I just want to support my friends. Yeah, you don't watch Binging with Babish? I've watched some of his stuff. I like it, especially the stuff when he invites friends. When he invites, like when Sola was on it, that was great. I like that. But like otherwise, like as a cook and as a professional, and this is no shade to anybody and stuff like that or anything like that, but like as a cook who's very focused on like making his own recipes and focus on his style of cooking and stuff, I actually try not to watch other people's content too much. Because I don't want that kind of influence. I don't want to be like subconsciously influenced by other people's content and then like find myself copying them. Not because of any kind of pride thing, but because like, you know, I want to do stuff that is different. I want to do stuff that is like unique. So, and like, you know, with my background in restaurants and my background like making, what's it called? Making menus and stuff based off of other forms of art. I feel like that's something that I have, but that's something that you can also lose if you get influenced by other people too much. I don't read a lot of cookbooks either for that very reason. I read a lot of like cooking manuals, but like not real cookbooks. See, I got the stain out, kind of. So you're okay? Yeah? You feel? She feels ashamed. How to start my YouTube channel. Your videos inspiring me to do it. Any tips, please, on starting a YouTube channel? Well, it depends. Depends on what kind of content you want to do. I started off as a super short form or as a short form content creator. So TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, that was my stuff. That was my thing. It took me a really long time, probably like a year. Do not barf right where I cleaned the carpet, please. Hardwood floor. Or outside. Or you could not. You could also not throw up. How's that? Yeah? Okay. But yeah, so I started with short form content and worked my way up slowly and gradually to long form. Long form is hard. It's really, really hard. I have like so much respect for people who just started YouTubes because it is rough. Wait, what are we talking about? Chef John, do you watch Lisa Nguyen? Yeah, I actually met Lisa at VidCon, and I don't really know her content very well, but I understand she like blew up, which good for her. But like I know her story, and I know her from TikTok more, so I don't know if she has long form content. I haven't seen it. Chinese Cooking Demystified, very, very great, amazing. That is such, they do such good work. You know who else? Made with Lao, he's so good too. I love Made with Lao. A cook named Matt is actually a friend of mine. We've met in New York. He's actually taller than you think he is. Well, he was taller than I thought he was. And actually, Doobie is great. I remember talking with Doobie, and I had like a Zoom call when she was like at like 30 or maybe like 100K followers, and she was like asking for like advice on what she should do with her content, because she knew she wasn't a professional cook. And I was just like, just track your journey and take people along with you. Because she was doing her tagline, I don't know if she still says it, but she used to say, "Don't yuck my yum," and that's like what made her take off. And then I was like, just bring people along with you for the journey, on your journey as a cook. And that is enough. The content is there on its own. And then and then like 2 weeks after that call, which means like my call did not help at all, but she just went twice as big as mine. She was at like 30K or 300K. It was a 3 in there. And I was at like 1.2 million people at the time. And then the next week she was at like 2 or 3 million. It was amazing. Linja's edits are unmatched. And her references to anime, so good. She's everyone's cold grandma. Mm. Mm. Oh, thanks, Upperfield. So yeah, it's a all that soup, and soup is really good. I'm gonna have to go through this live. I don't know why it's so orange. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go through this live, and maybe I will write down the recipe for you guys when this live like posts, because I know this live posts here. Let me see. There we go. We can fuck around with the colors a little bit. Well, maybe not. Oh, this is not the right place. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I can't change the lights right now. Oh, wait, yeah, I can. No, I can't. Korean vegan? Joanne is the best. Joanne's like my big sister. I like owe so much to her. Okay, well, I can't change the lights. It's just gonna be orange. Yeah. That being said, I should probably, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock. It's like my bedtime. Am I friends with Anissa Wen? Yes. I mean, we became friends over VidCon, and she's like super cool. She was like really nice as a person, and she's like rocking it. Like, she is like a rock star when it comes to like shorts right now. And like, I don't know, if you have like comments on like, I guess how sophisticated her cooking might be. I mean, like, I think there is room for all levels of cooks as a creator and as a viewer, because there are all level of cooks on the other side of the screen too. So like, there is definitely a cross-section of people that get inspired by Lisa's content, and I think that is like, I can get inspired by Lisa's content. Sometimes professional cooks tend to be really bad home cooks because they don't know how to cook just what's there, and they don't really riff as well as say like their grandma did and stuff like that. So home cooks tend to be much better at doing that. But yeah, there is room for everyone here. That's the beauty of YouTube and the internet and everything. And I think that's the reason why that food content creators, at least through TikTok and Shorts, like those communities, like, we're not competitive at all. I don't feel threatened by anybody, and I don't think anybody should feel threatened by me, because there's like the internet is limitless. I've met people who have worked in magazines and on TV and like on pages and in books, and their world is so much more different. Like people in traditional media, they're so competitive and they're so cutthroat. And that's not the world that I want to be in, because I don't care that much. Like, not at all. But I understand why, because there are only so many pages in a magazine, there are only so many channels and minutes on the television. But then like on YouTube, it's like, just because somebody is watching my content doesn't mean like they will never watch another person's. So yeah, that's my take on it. And that's the reason why I think we all, food content creators, tend to get along. Even vegan ones with Max the Meat Guy. Like, yeah, we all get along. Because in a professional sense, we're all colleagues. But I've said like goodbye like 6 times already. But I do have to get going. I've got a whole day's worth of editing tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some sleep. And tomorrow I'm gonna go for a run because all the gyms are closed for the holiday weekend. Have a wonderful evening or day or morning wherever you guys are. Take care, and yeah, the next thing I'll do before I go to bed, I will write the recipe for this soup so that you guys can try it. You saw me make it. You saw how little I was like paying attention and caring, so it shouldn't be too hard. I have faith in you. Have a good night. Have a happy long weekend. Happy 4th of July if you are in the United States. And I will talk to you guys soon.